Hey you all, and good morning. Carpetbagger here, and it is time. It is time to leave the state of Florida. 2 weeks ago, I arrived here on a train with this car. Rosebud came along with us, was packed in the back of a train, and we rolled down here all the way from Northern Virginia to Central Florida on the auto train, and it has been a whirlwind 2 weeks. Came down here for the IAAPA trade show, the theme park, amusement park, attraction trade show, where I get to see all the cool things coming, all the things to expect in attractions in the coming years. Saw a bunch of new rides debut, new roller coasters, new dark rides. It's an exciting time to be in the world of theme parks. But we also spent the week visiting theme parks because part of the celebration wanted to go to as many theme parks as I could. We went to, what did we go to? We went to the 4 Disney parks. We went to Universal Studios. We went to Epic Universe. Went to Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Fun Spot. I don't think I'm missing any there. And took one day off to take a little breather. Went and saw some Oddities at the Tampa Oddities and Curiosities Expo. It has been an absolute whirlwind, but it is time to leave. I got to be at my mom. I got to be up northern Indiana, Valparaiso, Indiana, for Thanksgiving with my mom and my family up there. The family that's able to make it to Thanksgiving. So there's one thing I wanted to do here in Florida before we hit the road. So please follow me. But first, let's grab some lunch. Now you may be asking yourself, what has fueled me to do all these theme parks, all this intense walking, being knocked around by roller coasters? What sort of fuel do you need to keep up that pace? And I have answer right in this bag, because it just so happened, as soon as I got down here to Florida, it became McRib season. Yes, the McRib. This has been a specialty item at McDonald's since my childhood, and I have, since the very first time that I have eaten a McRib, I fell in love. It's a seasonal thing, so you can't get it all the time. I understand there's some other countries that you might be able to get it more permanently on the menu, but here in the United States of America, you never know when the McRib is going to pop up. A lot of times it does seem in the winter, towards the end of fall, but I've also seen it pop up in the middle of the summer. You know, they have different marketing. Sometimes they market it in the summer as like a cookout type food. It's something you go to cook out and eat ribs, or just like a hearty meal for the holidays. Now I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that the way that McDonald's decides when to bring back the McRib, it's when pork prices drop to a certain level and it becomes profitable to make the McRib. But it's one of those things, it doesn't last long, so you got to enjoy it while it's here. So I have been eating quite a few McRibs this week while in Florida, and unfortunately, because it is McRib season, that also means my car smells like a McRib, and that is Jen doesn't like when she gets in my car and it smells like a McRib. So we're gonna have to clean up a little bit before we get to Indiana. Let me show you guys. Now, this particular McRib was put together upside down. They have the onions, the pickles, slathered in barbecue sauce. You see it's the shape of a rib. You can see the little quote unquote bones poking out. There are no bones in there. It is just meant to look. Those are fake bones. Those are meat bones to give you that authentic rib look. And it can be hard to find too, even when it is McRib season. You know, sometimes it only comes out in different parts of the country. Seems like the Florida, Georgia area gets the McRib fairly often, from what I can tell. But sometimes it can be hard to find. There's websites dedicated to tracking the McRib, knowing when it pops up in certain places. There was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer actually left his family to just travel with the McRib and travel around the country. They call it the Rib Witch, but they traveled around trying to keep the McRib. And I understand. There's a lot of times probably more times than I should empathize with Homer Simpson, but here we go. You got to be careful. It's very sloppy. Falls apart. There's barbecue sauce everywhere. There's something about that flavor. And this is so good. So good. Sometimes I do get the frozen rib patties, make them at home, make my own little McRibs, which are pretty good, but nothing better than authentic McDonald's McRib. It's got the special bun here with like the weird little flakes on it. It's got that just that right perfect barbecue sauce. It is a masterpiece. But as far as exclusive McDonald's items, we got another one here. Found another exclusive item here at this Orlando-based McDonald's. Yesterday we went to Epic Universe. Well, here at this McDonald's, and I think in McDonald's in Orlando, Central Florida, only place you can get this. I think it might be a limited time item as well. This is a Epic Universe Freeze, a Epic Universe Slush. Now, I think it's supposed to have like a special Epic Universe branded cup. They must be out of them. But it's got that blue and gold color that you see on the Epic Universe merchandise. The branded Epic Universe. So let's see. See what flavors this is. Okay. Lemonade, maybe. Mostly tastes like lemonade. There's two sides here. Oh, that's like blue Fanta. It's like berry Fanta. I mean, berry Fanta and lemonade. That goes good with McRib too. Lemonade, McRib. Oh, that's a good combination. But yeah, they're spoiled down here in Florida with these special. I don't know if they've ever had other special theme park related drinks, but interesting. I'd like to know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Do they have promotional items for the theme parks down here in Orlando at McDonald's or other fast food restaurants? Oh, that's good. Anyways, we got to get moving along. Decided to stop off here at the Orlando Ripley's Believe It or Not. They actually have a temporary exhibit now on true crime, so I wanted to check that out before we left Florida. Of course, the Orlando is actually the corporate headquarters of Ripley's, so you find a lot of interesting things at this particular Ripley's. And I do like the old school Ripley's building design, where they do something wacky, unusual with the exterior of the building. Here we have a sinkhole that the building has allegedly sunken into. Of course, they do have sinkholes in Florida. They are an actual real problem. And look at this. This is new. Over here in front, there is a pond. The pond's been here before. See the pipe there? I guess that's caused from the sinkhole. But now the pond is surrounded by alligators. You got a gator fishing there. A gator with a beach ball. And look at this. Apparently, we're giving airboat rides here in the pond. This is this is a very, very Florida display here. It almost looks like this is or was a real airboat. We can get our photo here. The alligator piloting a airboat here. Of course, in real life, usually human pilots an airboat and they go look for gators. Sit down here in front. Get splashed here in the front. Or it looks like you can actually get up here and sit next to our gator friend right here. Hey, buddy. What are we going to go see? Are you going to show me some of your gator friends out here in the swamp? And this gator here has a guest list, I guess, for people to take on airboat tours. Robert Ripley, Evelino Perez, that's the Cuban Popeye. Tom Thumb, the small performer that traveled with P.T. Barnum. Brittany Walsh. I'm not sure who Brittany Walsh is. Maria Cristerno? Not sure. John Ferrero, not 100% sure. Johnny Eck, the king of the circus sideshow performer that had no legs, and Earl Hughes, one of the fattest men that ever lived, like the fattest man ever drafted into the U.S. Army. So how's that for a Ripley's quiz? I think there was 3, got about half those names. Yeah, there's all sorts of gators around here. There's a gator with a golf ball in its mouth. And a super happy surfing gator over here. But without further ado, let's head in. We see the clock there is backwards. That's crazy. And as we enter here, we have a mural of Florida. I do like when the Ripleys celebrate the local area here at Ripley's Citrus Stand. How many cups of orange juice would you make if you were an orange? So theoretically, I step on this scale. If I were a giant orange, the same size I am now, how much juice would they get out of me? Oh, I am 427 ounces of juice could be squeezed out of me. I wonder if they squeeze me now, if that's how many cups of blood and gore they can make out of me. Oh, it's changing. And here Ripley welcomes us to Weird Florida. Some different pictures of Robert Ripley himself. Here he is feeding dolphins in St. Augustine. He actually has Ripley's Castle, which was one of the very first, believe it or not, it's actually still in St. Augustine and still open. There he is at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm feeding a pelican. The reptiles, Silver Springs, with a shark in St. Augustine. Oh my gosh. He said he broadcast a show from underwater. See some Christmas decor up. A unicorn with a Santa's hat. And this sculpture here made out of driftwood. You can see the old man's face. The old man of the sea, if you will. Here we have Ripley's Florida Tour, Boneyard, Animal Oddities, Myths, and Legends. Now here is a legendary story. Talks about Mike, the headless rooster. Now this actually isn't Mike here, but a proximity. And it's from Fruita, Colorado. I've actually been there. A farmer went to cut the head off his chicken, and it lived. Enough of its brain was intact that it lived, and he went on tour with it, showing off a headless chicken to the world. And then look at this. This is amazing. It's a German Wolpertinger, which is kind of similar to a jackalope and a different animal part sewn together. This is a particularly terrifying version of the Wolpertinger. I don't even know what sort of animals they used to make this one. It does say here that the saliva is an aphrodisiac. And of course, when people think Florida, they think alligators. Here is an ancient fossilized alligator. We also have a feathered alligator head. It's like an alligator head covered in peacock feathers. A couple different alligator heads in here. Clay crocodile skull, crocodile head trophy, alligator gar with 2 mouths. Oh yeah, see how its mouth splits there at the bottom. That's pretty interesting. It's got a little Siamese piglet up there at the top. And this is a crocodile nail sculpture. All the nails and rope in it. It says that it's believed to be inhabited by a aggressive spirit. Some alligator skin that's been impaled with a pitchfork. Down here we have some teeny turtles. Oh, look at that. That is a very small two-headed turtle. It says when it was alive, it was actually on display at the St. Augustine location. That's really cool. Mini sewn animals. Oh, these are like little yarn creatures. This is a cypress stump, also known as a cypress knee. There used to be a museum in Florida just dedicated to cypress knees, but that's actually long gone now. What's this? Upside down rabbit head? Oh, it says that someone had Gary Hubbard of Virginia had a pet rabbit that could turn its head 180 degrees and ate with its head upside down. And you have a Siamese conjoined calf, which is always interesting to see. Interesting to see the variety of Siamese calves, how they can attach themselves to each other in all sorts of strange and interesting ways. It's a Fiji mermaid in this box, showing like a little digital presentation on what a Fiji mermaid is. Half monkey, half fish. Assembled by a craftsman and sold them to unsuspecting collectors during the 19th century. You see the craftsman there attaching a fish to a monkey. Robert Ripley purchased his Fiji merman and out of the way shop in Macau on the China coast. Maybe I need to go to Macau. And there it is. The Fiji mermaid. Interesting, the digital effects. Little baby two-headed goat down here. Let's talk about the variety of ways calves can be conjoined. This one's completely different. The other one attached by their bottoms. This one's just attached to the point where it's basically a two-headed calf. And every Ripley's, believe it or not, by decree, must have at least one shrunken head. And this one has 3. And this shrunken torso right here actually belonged to Ernest Hemingway. It doesn't actually say that currently, but I've seen this in multiple places. It was originally at the Key West Ripley's Believe It or Not location, and that closed down. Of course, being Ernest Hemingway's, only made sense to have it there. And then it moved. Actually, it was in Gatlinburg for a while in their display, and now it turns up here in Orlando. And if shrunken human heads aren't your thing, here's some shrunken animal heads. A shrunken ferret, a shrunken pig, a shrunken fox. Oh, chaos reigns. And a shrunken capybara. Capybaras are the world's largest rodent. Why would you feel the need to shrink one? Being big is their whole thing. Here's a fun photo op where you can sit in a pot next to Robert Ripley himself. The man that brought all these wonderful things from all over the world to put on display in his museums. And going back to the crocodilian theme, here is the croc-toothed man, Bobby Blackburn. He worked with crocodiles. Right now he's eating a crocodile, it looks like. But he had his dentures replaced with, I guess he had lost his teeth and made dentures out of crocodile teeth. I always wondered what happened if he bit his tongue. Yay, cannibal picnic. Here is some animal traps. Here, there's a man trap. So I guess if you want to eat a man, you got to set a man trap. And here's the cannibal picnic basket. You can you have these wonderful cannibal forks used to dine on human flesh for some reason, and some ghoulish skulls in here. Oh, here's a knife and fork combination used by a one-armed man. I always wondered about this. Seems dangerous having your fork tongs being super sharp. Takes a lot of skill to eat with a knife fork. And from Florida, we head in to Egypt. At the ancient Egyptian section here in the floor. There's a camel bladder vase that we can walk over top of. Well, hey, Robert Ripley, I would get a pressed penny from you. But I think I have all these. Actually, they have the word Orlando on them, so maybe I don't. Let's get. We just saw the shrunken head. Let's get a shrunken head, an Orlando shrunken head made. It's just hard to say no to that face. my dollar, Robert.
There's an official name for pressed coin collectors. They're called exonumas. Believe it or not.
Exonumas. That's what I am? That's interesting.
Hello, friends. Commemorate your visit.
There he is, cranking that penny. Crank it, Robert. There it is, a beautiful shrunken penny. It always reminds me of the story when I see these Robert Ripley replicas. This is made by Characters Unlimited, who makes Zoltar. And actually, once upon a time, got to visit the Zoltar factory. It's one of the coolest experiences. And I was given a tour by Olaf, who owns the company. And he was showing me some of the heads that they had.
Hello, friends. Believe it or not.
The different molds for heads. And he held up a Robert Ripley head. It didn't have any hair on it, no paint job. It was just the face and bald head. And he held it up. I'm like, oh, Robert Ripley. And he was like his face sank. Like you knew who that was. You could identify Robert Ripley's disembodied face. I'm like, yeah, I guess I go to a lot of Ripley's, believe it or not. There's a canopic jar. Wonder if there's any organs in there. That's where the ancient Egyptians would put human organs. I do think it's interesting, the idea of putting museum exhibits in the floor. And do they have mummies? Yes. Here is a falcon mummy and a cat mummy. The Egyptians revered cats, revered falcons as well. Oh, that is a mummified snake. It's kind of honestly a lazy way to mummify a snake. They just wad the snake up into a big ball. There's an ibis. Here is the Jewel of Ra. It says don't grab the jewel, but they come across out don't. So I guess that you should grab the jewel. Also, we're walking over a very spooky. Let's go to here. Let's grab that jewel. Oh! The floor cracked under my feet when I grabbed the jewel.
I am Ra, the Sun God, King
What's Ra, the Sun God?
Creator of worlds and protector of the Jewel.
Well, they have a mummy here, but this isn't an Egyptian mummy. This is an American mummy. This is an arsenic mummy. You will find these sometimes along the American roadside. Very rare, though, still. And a lot of them have been buried at this point. A lot of times, when a local mortician would get a body that wasn't claimed, or that he basically had carte blanche to do what he wants, sometimes they would do experiments in mummification. It seemed like there was a period of time where morticians were obsessed with creating a mummification process. And this mummy here was actually a sideshow performer from the 1900s. And believe it or not, he was actually he was a sideshow performer, and his act consisted of driving nails through his nose. So he was a human blockhead. We saw that act just a couple days ago at this Oddities and Curiosities Expo. Also, my friend Stitches with the Dead City Circus sideshow performs that act where they pound nails into their nose cavity. So a dead blockhead here, and it says that an x-ray showed that there is still a nail in his nose. Now, those aren't supposed to just stay in there. They're supposed to do it for the act. So I'm even wondering, this is pure speculation, but did he actually die from a botched human blockhead act? That is crazy, though. What a magnificent specimen. Yeah, there is the nail that he pounded through his nose in his face there. That, like I said, that's not supposed to happen. I feel like something went wrong. Like he got the nail, got stuck in his face, which probably could have led to his death. Either that, or he just had a botched nail lost in his face that he could never get back, and walked around in life like that. He also had coins in his stomach, which made me believe that maybe he did a swallowing act as part of the sideshow as well. This is a Willard Wiggin piece. That he made a tiny camel in the head of a needle. I think it's a Bible reference. a rich man has the same chance of getting into heaven as a camel does passing through the head of a needle. I could have butchered that, but that's how I remember it. Funny too, like this tiny display here reminds me of we went to the tribute store at Universal and we saw Earl the Squirrel's Nutcracker Museum. It actually said "See it or not," so it was kind of a parody of Believe It or Not, and parodying like an exhibit like this. And this is why I wanted to stop by. This is their temporary exhibit.
Stay behind the tape.
Oh, his crime scene head, stay behind the tape. It says, True Crime, Blood, Lies, and Alibis. This looks like a very interesting exhibit. This cop's telling us to get lost. So I guess we need to choose our path. Choose your path. Crime or justice. Now, I don't want to commit crimes, but let's face it. Crimes are more interesting. Crimes that swept the nation. A lot of, crimes that got a lot of publicity. Michael Jackson, Jeffrey Epstein, JonBenet Ramsey, the Menendez brothers, and look at this. They have the card. The card. This is a rare basketball card. Mark Jackson, but that's not what we're paying attention to here. Mark Jackson. Who knows? Is he a good player? He played for the Knicks, possibly. Probably good at basketball. But look over in the front row seats. Front row seats where the rich people sit. It is the Menendez brothers caught in this picture and ended up permanently embossed on this basketball card. Here they have some of the most infamous serial killers. John Wayne Gacy, of course. Dennis Rader, also known as BTK. Jeffrey Dahmer. The Zodiac, the one that's never been caught. Ted Bundy. People always say that Ted Bundy is handsome. Maybe handsome for a serial killer. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. So we have Eileen Wuornos, most notorious female serial killer, and the Phantom of Hell Brown. And I've heard of this before. It's pretty not hilarious because it involves people being murdered, but she was a worker in a cotton swab factory, and her DNA kept showing up. When they were doing tests, it turns out he was just transferred her DNA onto the cotton swabs, but they had her DNA and they thought that she was the world's most prolific serial killer. There's Charles Manson's prison shirt. I didn't know his middle name was Miles. Oh my! And look at what an a-hole he is. He made his last name into a swastika. Ripley's Most Wanted, world's worst roommate. Oh, it's me. Apparently, I'm the world's worst roommate. Oh, who's the world's worst kid? What? I'm not even a kid. This is ominous. This is the back padding of an electric chair. So imagine how much sweat of dead men is on that piece there. Oh, what's this? Oh my gosh.
Sheriff thought I was a ghost. I didn't have planes or tunnels.
Some interactive mugshots here. It's Bonnie and Clyde. I thought they were moving a second ago. They're all talking to each other. And then when I walked over here, they hushed.
Hey there, folks.
Oh, there we go.
We're Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
We were modern-day Robin Hoods. Partners in crime.
Modern day Robin. Come on, please.
We robbed the rich, outran the law, and still had folks asking for our autograph.
And you shot a bunch of cops
Hey
to
there,
death.
sugar. Yes, you.
Guys.
We're taking donations today. It's for a good cause.
Oh my gosh.
Ours.
We once
They're
stole
all
a sheriff's car right
all
out
horrible
of his
people.
driveway. Left him standing there in his socks.
Robbed the
Why aren't you
sheriff's
mentioning all the
office
cops
and
you
left
murdered?
him a little gift.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That is Jesse James' gun. That's pretty amazing. Some interesting weapons up here. This is a blackjack smack. So you like bash someone in the head with that. 19th century handcuffs. This is a belt buckle blaster. So a gun that straps to your belt so you can shoot people from your groin. It's like from Dusk Till Dawn. There is a 6-shooter pistol ring. Just carry that around and hope you don't accidentally shoot someone. Or you could like punch someone and shoot them at the same time. This little corner on Lee Harvey Oswald. And look at the artifact I have over here. This is a actual piece of the grassy knoll fence from Dealey Plaza in Dallas. Yeah, that's pretty chilling. All right, we've seen the crime side. Now we're gonna head over here to the justice side. So here we have the polygraph machine, controversial machine, said to be able to detect lies. It's I think it's more complicated than that. It is a tool to extract the truth, not in a roundabout way. These are Ripley's silly state laws. Let's see, is there any silly laws in my home state of North Carolina? It's illegal to take kitchen grease without permission. I mean, it's stealing. You cannot wear a backwards hat in public. I mean, I see people break that law all the time. Let me see back. How about my home state of Indiana? It's illegal to catch a fish on a fishing line. What? Oh, if the fish already on the line? It's illegal to catch a fish with your bare hands. Oh, no noodling. No noodling in Indiana. And then let's check my home state of Wisconsin. It's illegal to wear tennis shoes in public pools. I mean, that's a sanitation issue. It's illegal to serve butter substitutes in prison. Wait, but my mom could serve them to me when I was growing up? Talks about the Secret Service here and how they were originally created to stop counterfeiting, which I've heard that before, and it really makes it very interesting given what they eventually end up doing, protecting the president, protecting political candidates. Here's some, I guess, counterfeit money. It said Banksy dropped briefcase of fake banknotes onto the streets of Liverpool. So are these Banksy's fakes? Okay, so we have the British Queen on that one. This one has, the fake one has Princess Diana. And I didn't know they had Charles Darwin on their money. Now, there is a hidden object in here, and it says, caution graphic content. So close your eyes if you don't like graphic content. There is a head of a criminal in here. It says this man was executed in France, and they actually kept his head so they could study if a criminal brain was different than a healthy brain. I don't know if that's ever been concluded one way or the other. Which side will I choose, crime or justice? This is interesting. One of the characters Ripley likes to use a lot. This is Alpheus, a ancient royal figure that was said to be 17 inches tall, and when he was sent to prison, he was put in a bird cage. So let's pick crime.
Any chance you got a get out of jail card lying around?
Oh, sorry. Let's try justice. Oh, justice.
Good choice. Now, the only crooks you'll see are the politicians.
Oh, that's for sure. I also love this room in here. This is like set up like storage at a museum. And I've been to the Ripley's warehouse. Things are stored in very similar manner. So I've worked in a museum, and I can tell you most of the coolest things in a museum are actually in the back. So things that a lot of things is just interesting things, but they don't necessarily fit into a comprehensive exhibit. But yeah, so it's just fascinating, the storage area of a museum. I'm actually fascinated with this sort of thing. So you keep their extra animal oddities here. Two-headed calf, another Siamese calf. All the different items labeled. These are all different things made of wood. It's like a battleship made out of matchsticks. Another like a steamboat made out of wood. It says hate gods, etc. And they have a lot of hate gods. A lot of extra hate gods. Who has this many extra hate gods? And this is cool here. If you find an ID tag on any of these items, you can put it over here into the computer. and look at a more detailed search for what it is. A calf with 2 heads there. Yeah, really cool being able to look things up and get more information. And it gives all the museum specifics, the dimensions, brief description. Oh, more animal oddities back in here, which are one of my favorite things to see at Ripley's. Oh, here's a conjoined calf. I think this is the one we were just looking up a second ago. Lamb with 2 bodies there. Up here, 2-headed calves. 2-headed sheep. There's so many 2-headed calves. The warehouse when I went to the warehouse, it was just, they had like 2 shelves, probably 3 or 4 shelves actually, of just 2-headed calves. Pretty remarkable. This is a crochet-dermy gorilla. Now, crochet-dermy is when you crochet an animal, realistic animal, over a animal form. So they would take like a taxidermy form of a gorilla and just crochet over it instead of using its skin. Oh, it's Zoltar. Well, they got you back here in storage. But Zoltar's got to get paid. Those are the rules. Come on. There we go.
Zoltar the Gypsy at your service. Today is your lucky day, my friend, for I have a fortune especially for you. Listen closely. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't say.
That's true.
Remember, it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later.
Yeah, that's me.
Give Zoltar your treasure. I have much wisdom to share with you.
The Fishman bicycle parts. Oh, there we go. That is fun. Oh, look at this mini Hulk. And Iron Lung. An Iron Lung back here next to a 3-headed dragon. There's the Ripley's legendary fertility statues. People have claimed that they've touched these and then had many children afterwards. Now, I had a procedure that's supposed to stop that, but I'm still not going to try my luck. This is their permanent crime exhibit. This is also an exhibit on crime, but it never goes away. There's a brick from the St. Valentine's Day massacre committed by this man here, Al Capone. And it says these dice belong to a man named Ralph Alio, and said that he refused to cut Al Capone in on his dice game. It was an illegal dice game he was running out of his house. And he said no to Al Capone, and then his house exploded. And there was no dice games after that, because Al Capone blew him up because he wouldn't share. These are all tools used to cheat at cards. Card puncher, so you can put a little hole in it so you're able to feel it with your fingers. A scissor card trimmer. I guess you can cut one end of the card a little shorter so you can find it with your fingers. This is the card corner rounder. So you can actually, round off the corner, but you can feel for the corner that's a little round off. People cheat at cards. I would never cheat. I played Magic the Gathering for years, never once cheated. It's this big pile of money here in the corner. Whoa! Jeez! I knew something was going to happen, but that startled me. The floor fell out. Just because I was trying to go for this cash. This shows the process of money die packs. They're hidden inside money when you steal it. Push the button to activate. So you have the die pack explodes, ruining all the other money. They're money ruiners. So the bank says if they can't have it, you can't either. But I guess if you try to use the money with ink on it, then they'll come find you. Here's the history of handcuffs. What's in this mysterious box? This is the torture room. It's the English prison door. And some of the more ghoulish torture implements. These are masks to be forced upon your face. You committed some sort of indignity. Different tools of torture. The ice spike, yikes. Yikes. These are also executioner swords used for killing people. Got these axes to cut your head right off. Torture items down here. The shame flute. Oh, to shame you, they strap a flute to your neck. And I guess, they actually fasten around your fingers too. So you have to walk around like some idiot that's always playing the flute. Old ball and chain there. The flesh saw. Man, people are so horrible to each other. All right, getting away from the torture. Have a little dinosaur exhibit with the Komodo dragon, the T-Rex skull. Some other fun dinosaurs are here. Oh, the Archaeopteryx, I think is how you pronounce that. The little bird dinosaur from China. What is it? Touch it. All right, you touch it first, and then you get your answer on what you just touched. I'm guessing it's poop. Yeah, it's poop. Here is the space room, which makes sense. Florida is how we get to space. Rockets are generally launched from Florida. It's an astronaut ice cream dispenser. I'd get a little, but I am full of McRib. This is Buzz Aldrin's jumpsuit. You can see where he autographed it there. Nantan meteorite from Nantan, China. Says this weighs 3,000 pounds. Yeah, it almost feels like it's just made of solid metal. There's a lunar Bible and a Fabergé egg. I guess you need to take your space Bible with you to the moon so you can say some space prayers. I guess when you're on the moon, you're just a little bit closer to God. Neil Armstrong's passports, because he was a well-traveled man. Some would say the most well-traveled man. Yeah, you look up there, you can see Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin up on the ledge. And we depart through here. Return to Earth. Oh, look at this. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to get in the way of your picture. We are in the celebrity hall here with all the Ripley's characters, celebrities. It's like a disco party where all the freaks showed up. The lighthouse man who gave tours, putting a candle inside a hole in his skull. The lizard man, actually met him, so I have pictures with his wax figures and with the real man himself. The hammerhead here where he actually bends nails against his forehead. You actually see he has like a big knot in his head from bending nails against it. The gurning man, and that is one solid gurn right there. The Cuban Popeye just sitting here all suave while his eyes pop out. This is Acro Brit, a gymnast who can actually shoot a bow and arrow with her legs while doing a handstand. And where are the ladies at? Over here in the corner, we got the long neck woman who extends her neck with those coils. We got the Mexican vampire woman and Grace McDaniels here, known by some as the mule-faced woman, but I think she's beautiful from the inside out. This woman here has had her feet bound. That's why they look all tiny and weird. Woman here with plates put in her lips. And the man that has the world's longest nose ever recorded. There's no arguing with that nose. And here he is, the man himself, the tallest man that ever lived, 8 foot 11 inches, Robert Wadlow. And then right across from him is the current tallest man, Sultan here. Actually met him at IAAPA when Ripley's had a booth there, and he was the visiting celebrity. It was really amazing. Actually got a chance to shake his hand. Just a massive human being. And right next to the world's tallest man is the world's smallest woman, Jodie Amaje, and believe it or not, I actually got a chance to meet her as well. So in this room, I've met the Lizard Man, I've met Sultan here, and I've met Jody. I only met her briefly. I was in a parade at Dragon Con. I was part of the parade. She was also part of the parade. So I walked over there to say hello to her. She's very, very sweet, has a very positive energy. So I said, is it okay if I get my picture with you? And a man turned around and he looked angry. He said, she doesn't speak English. You need to ask me. And I was like, oh man, this guy's gonna like tell me to F off or something. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. And then I said, well, is it okay if I get my picture with her? And he said, yes. And then he turned back around. Follow the bowling carpet out through the vortex tunnel. I do wonder if I hold some sort of world record for human who's been in the most different vortex tunnels. And from there we exit through the gift shop. I do have some of these shirts up here. I bought that Fiji Mermaid shirt at the Ripley's in Oregon. Also have this one here with the 2 eyes on it. I did have that glow-in-the-dark one, but all the glow-in-the-dark started to come off in the wash. A lot of different stuff here in the gift shop, but I really like the Ripley specific items, like the Cuban Popeye coffee mug. It's a pretty cool shrunken head goblet. A lot of different two-headed animals. You have the two-headed animal bobbleheads here, the rabbit, the one-eyed dog. Got shot glasses that have the two-headed animals in them. That's backwards. That confused me for a second. And then the two-headed animal Christmas ornaments. I think I'm going to walk over next door and do the mirror maze. This is a newer mirror maze. I'm not sure what was in this building before. All right, getting ready to head in the mirror maze. Got the plastic gloves on so we don't mess up the mirror. Let's just okay, it's like almost like looks like a laser maze in here. Okay, first dead end of the maze. Your hands are covered up so you don't smudge the mirrors, but I still think it's against maze etiquette to actually use your hand. That takes away from the spirit of the mirror maze. You gotta kind of use your wits. And then you always have the foot trick where you can hold your foot up and see if it reflects. See, that doesn't reflect, meaning where you should go this way, except this is also a dead end. All right, where do we go? I'm starting to panic. Okay, there we go. When you see yourself, that's bad. When you don't see yourself, that's good. There's also that strategy where you can just hug the wall as you walk. Just always go to your right. And eventually, it may take a while, but eventually you will get out of the maze. Just keep moving. Whoop. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's very disorientating. All right, we need to get out of here. Get out of the freak out room. The foot trick, it works, see? Oh, no reflection, go this way. Okay, we have an exit. Let's see if this is the new one or the one we came in. Ah, we made it out. There we go. I think that was a new record time. So of course it would be a lot of fun hanging around Florida for another week, but I really want to see my family and celebrate Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna hop in my car. We're gonna head north. I don't know where I'm gonna end up stopping tonight. Probably not gonna make it all the way there. I think it's like 15 hours or something like that, 15, 16 hours to get there. Although we do get an hour back because it's in Central Time. But yeah, I'm just gonna head north and we'll see where we land tonight. believe it or not, we made it to Chattanooga, Old Newtown, as they call it. It is about 12:30 a.m. Just rolled into Chattanooga here at the Visitors Center, the Welcome Center, and I think I'm gonna check into my hotel room here in just a moment, and then tomorrow I'll be getting up and heading north, and hopefully making it to my mother's at least by the end of the night. So we have left Florida. We have left the Sunshine State. It's a little colder here, which is actually kind of nice. Nice cool night here in Chattanooga. Might be a lot colder once we reach Indiana, so we have that to look forward to. So yeah, gonna be having Thanksgiving dinner with the family. Had a great time in Florida. But Ripley's, believe it or not, today, even though that was 10 hours ago now. Yeah, had a great time. Always great to check out Ripley's. Love their true crime exhibit. Orlando has a very, very nice Ripley's. I really love that. I'm thinking back that disco room with all the Ripley's figures and characters. Odd that I've met 3 of them now, and but just kind of funny. They have different. Every Ripley's displays the characters in a different way. No 2 Ripleys are the same. So very creative way to have this. At the end, it's like this disco party with all the human oddities. But I would love to go to a disco party with all the human oddities. And thank you for coming along for our disco party with all the human oddities. I appreciate you guys watching. If you'd like to help out the channel, think about subscribing. If you're new here, basically what I do, I travel around the country. I've been to all 50 states. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help out in other ways, consider Patreon. $3 or more. Get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, have a souvenir shop if you'd like a souvenir. We sell enamel pins, press pennies, motel key fobs, other fun stuff. Also doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you'd like to receive a message from me, you can do that on Cameo, and you can record a video message for yourself, for a friend, for a family member, for any occasion. All those things are down in the description of this video, and all those things help to keep this train on the track, this boat on the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.